Outbound isn't broken. It's just not built right in your system. So this is something that I always get the question about. Business owners and founders reaching out to me saying, "Hey, Pursottam, I'm not able to get more clients." I mean, you're not able to get more clients because you're not doing it the right way. And people say, when I talk about outbound, people are like, "Nah, man, it's slow and it does not work. I want clients, I want more leads, and that's why I run Metas." But you're doing it on the wrong stuff. Because, bro, you need to understand, you are missing out on the largest database of the decision makers, where you don't have to spend so much time in, informing them or even finding the right decision maker. What happens with Meta Ads is you spend a lot of time and money finding the right decision maker first, and then you try to inform them, educate them about your offer, and then if it makes sense, they jump on a call with you and you have a chat. So it's good for B2C or for people who are, giving out services to the consumers, but it's not as efficient for B2B, because here you have to reach the decision makers as quickly as you can so that it saves your time and money for you to be able to close the deals. And this is what happened here. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through how we built a foolproof outbound system. And mind you, this was something which was battle tested for like 6 months. We tested it for 6 months, and the results we got are insane. And you'll see it in the video. So if I dive deep into it, client revenue growth, they were doing everything perfectly. They had the meta ads dialed in, they were doing email marketing, they were doing SMS marketing, the content was good, but there still was something that was deficient in their stack, and it was outbound systems. Again, guys, when I say outbound isn't broken, you're not just doing it correctly. And that's the baseline. Because if you do outbound correctly, you'll be adding another 50K to 100K in revenue in the next 90 days. And I can guarantee you that because we have done that. So let's get into the video and so that I can walk you through. So we architect predictable pipeline for high ticket B2B services. Now for B2B, this is the gold mine and you should not miss that. So we remove the founder grind through the full stack automation. Now I hear this, Pursottam, the outbound system does not work for more than 7 days. I'm burned out, I'm not getting results. Because, bro, you're doing it the wrong way. You're hiring manual labor, you're outreaching manually, you don't have a set systems, the replies aren't going out. You're doing it the wrong way. How we do is we automate every single thing. The founder does not have to lift the finger. We book calls left and right and record and close deals. So here's what you need to understand: the technical audit. Now, we need to understand one thing here. The client, like I said, had meta ads dialed in, their organic was slow and unpredictable. As you can imagine, the organic growth isn't up to the mark. And then the emails marketing is something that, you need to take care of. The LinkedIn outreach was non-existent. Now, mind you guys, LinkedIn is the world's largest database of high intent decision makers. You understand? So this is what you need to understand. You save your time and money to reach the right people so you can close more deals, right? So we found a massive opportunity to enter the TM channel where competitors were asleep. A lot of people still don't know how to leverage it, and we do it so very efficiently. Now, what is the machine? The machine is simple. It's architecting a fully outbound 24/7 outbound infrastructure. It works while you sleep. It books calls while you sleep. You wake up, take calls, fucking close the deal. How we do that is simply data scraping, AI enrichment, the engine, which is the most important part, and the call booking. Again, all of it is automated, all of it is done by the system. So we built out a full stack LinkedIn automation which just works on no manual input, and it is 24/7 execution. And mind you, it's not just for reaching out to the clients. It's also for growing your brand on LinkedIn, engaging with the your prospects, and actually having a conversation, which means you're not just reaching out to them like just out in the blue and look like a fucking another guy who's just pitching them, but you're actually building connections with them. And then comes AI powered reply handling, which is basically out of the box responses, making sure that you look like a real human. And let me mention this. We get comments like, this is the best outreach I've seen so far. You know what? This is something that I love about the outreach. And these are the messages that you get. And the positive reply rates just goes through the roof because you're doing everything so perfectly. Moving on to the execution velocity. So you see, the standard agency approach is the setup time is basically 14 to 21 days, right? And the testing cycle is monthly, the daily search is 20 to 30 messages. But our system, we launch in less than 72 hours. Correct. It's less than 72 hours because we have built it out, tested it out. The testing cycle is real time per reply, and you can improvise it because it's an automation stack that we have built, and the daily reach is 40 qualified daily reach. Coming back to this is one of the campaigns that we launched for RG, as you can see, and this is one of the messages that I dropped in the internal channel for Revnado, and we were going to, it was a good launch. Now the results is again mind-boggling. We hit 30% consistent reply rate. And this is not even start, because what I'm about to show you will blow your mind. Like 30% reply rate is already double than the average reply rate in the industry. But what we got was even more than that. 30% consistent reply rate, 3x in industry engagement average. So we were already doing 3x than what your industry average gets. I was again 24/7 autonomous delivery, which makes us fucking irrefutable because we are doing things that no other competition or no other agency is doing out there. So the conversion funnel is initial outreach, positive reply sentiment, then we have qualified calls booked, and then the revenue. And let me mention you about this. The qualified calls book is high intent only. So it's like you either get a fucking yes or a fucking no. There's no time waste. There's no delay in that. If someone is interested, they say yes, they jump on a call, they fucking close them. And if someone is not, they just straight no. So there's no time delay in booking call, or there's no time wasters on your calendar. That also increases the efficiency of your sales team. And of course, you know, brings you more revenue in real time. Okay. And the question is, how did that work? So let me share you the snapshot of the dashboard that we have. And this is where it gets interesting, guys. Look at the data here. So our response rate here, if you look at here, is above 40% in every single campaign. So guys, I don't know what to tell you guys. 40% reply rate on all the campaigns. The industry average is 15%. You're fucking killing it through the roof by doing 40% average reply rate. And the acceptance rate is well above 30%, again, which is between 15 to 20% in the industry. So imagine you're in a scenario where you're doing nothing, but you are connecting with high intent prospects with over 30% acceptance rate. And the messages that you are dropping or outreaching, you get over 40% reply rate, sometimes even 45% reply rate. Now imagine the numbers. Out of 100 outreaches, you get 45 replies. And well, you can do the maths of how many calls you can book and close. Let's not do maths. Let me show you how it really worked for RG. So after you see the stats here, let's move on to the calls. So this is one of the messages that we dropped. Launched this campaign 2 days ago for a B2B agency client. Already 3 qualified leads and 2 booked calls. Less than 72 hours of launch, and we had already 2 booked calls. And mind you, these are high intent, highly qualified calls. Probably 90% chance to close. And we did that as well. And this is not just here. As you can see, outbound systems going crazy, back-to-back calls on the calendar. Wanted to share all of this is automated and dialed in. So literally, you as a founder would be sleeping and you wake up to fucking see calls booked on your calendar. And all you have to do is just make sure your system is dialed in, which of course we take care of if we work with you. Another one, irrefutable proof for our outbound systems. No one, I repeat, no one can get such numbers. We are hitting 40% reply rate on average, and the calls are flying in. As you can see, the calls are just flying in left and right, because all you have to do is just make sure you know what you're doing, right? And this is another dashboard stats that I would like to show you guys. This was past 30 days. Mind you, you can see. And the same 4 campaigns that I showed you in the previous slide, just look at this, guys. Just look at this. The conversations were 838 and replies are 361. That means we are over 40% in reply rate. Now, if I have to say anything, I would just say this, that if you're a B2B founder, you're losing heck ton of money by not implementing the system. And we have battle tested this system for over 6 months, and this is what we get. The engagement also shows that you engage with them in real time, and that is why it makes a difference. So, guys, the baseline is, if you're a B2B founder or if you're a B2B agency that is trying to scale and get more clients, outbound is something that you really have to dial in. Now, if your revenue depends on your charisma, you don't have a business, you have a job. So you have to build the system that outlives that personality. And you need to make sure that these systems are dialed in. If you're looking for a system and if you're looking for irrefutable proof of how you can actually add another 50 to $100,000 in revenue, you need to build the system. And if you need help with the systems, if you want to know complete breakdown of how we exactly did it for revenue growth, just DM us or reach out to us, and my team will break it down of how exactly you can do it. You can hit me up on Instagram, and my team will reach out to you as well. So this was revenue growth and how we scale revenue growth with the perfect outbound system that works while you sleep. I'll see you in the next one.